This is Father Dominic Holtz coming to you from Rome, Italy, with a word of hope for Monday of the 23rd week in Ordinary Time. Our readings today present us with a world turned upside down. The Apostle St. Paul is rejoicing in his sufferings, while the scribes and the Pharisees are enraged by goodness. Now, to rejoice in sufferings sounds simply pathological, but to be enraged by goodness? That's something you would expect from a cartoon villain like Snidely Whiplash tying a maiden to a railroad track, or something quite literally diabolical, like Milton's Satan in Paradise Lost, who says, "Evil be thou my good." But the truth is that every time we sin, we are in fact making goodness our enemy. We are choosing a finite, a limited, or apparent goodness in place of the true good, which comes only from God's mercy, which is in fact God Himself. That's why Paul is rejoicing in his sufferings. It's not that sufferings are good or he wants to suffer, but he knows that his sufferings are a participation in the very work of Christ. As a minister of the gospel, he's suffering so that the Gentiles too can receive the grace of Jesus Christ. And so he knows that whether he suffers or prospers, he is being embraced by that true goodness, the true goodness that we all seek in all of our choices, the goodness that comes from God alone. That's why we need to be on guard in embracing only the finite goods that we value. We don't have to disvalue them or consider them not to be good, but the goods of the body, and even more dangerously, the spiritual goods, even including our own understanding of God's holy word, must always be set aside when we encounter the fullness of mercy that comes from God. When we encounter God's mercy in our own lives or in the lives of anyone else, our simple choice must be to rejoice. Whether we find ourselves suffering or in hard times or in good times, we rejoice in the spread of the gospel, and anywhere people experience liberation through Jesus Christ. And that is why we can be like St. Paul, always rejoicing in good times and in bad, because we know we too are ministers of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that, my brothers and sisters, is a word of hope.